Hi Silem stars, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe down below and join the Silem family. In today's video, I'm going to take you guys along with me as I make a wedding dress for my client. She's such a sweet bride and it was such an amazing experience working with her. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the entire process. So let's get right into the video.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
So as we all know, every good dress starts with a good drafting. So I already went ahead to draft the corset pattern for my dress. If you don't know how to draft, cut and sew a corset from start to finish, then why haven't you joined my corset class? Like, I really don't understand. My corset class teaches you in depth how to make a corset from start to finish. So at this point, I was just making the corset, and then right here I was weaving the skirt pattern. So the skirt pieces, rather, I was weaving the skirt pieces. So I was weaving the lace with the doll face satin and the lining together. I like to do this because it makes the dress less bulky. And then at this point, I was just placing the lace on, the corset as the top part of the dress. Now the lace that my client provided for this dress was actually very small. It was literally just 3 yards, and I was a bit scared that it wouldn't be enough, so I had to do this. Normally I would have cut the lace for each of the corset, like each of the corset pieces, I would have cut the lace out, but because I wasn't sure that it was going to be enough, to be honest, if I didn't do it this way, it wouldn't have been enough. Okay, so I had to just place the lace on top so that it takes less of the fabric. So I was just going ahead to just secure the lace at this point now to the corset. And then after that, I went ahead to insert the bonings. As you can see, this corset has a yoke, okay, and the yoke was made out of the skin net as well. And then it also has a Basque waistline, as you can see here. So I was just joining the Basque waistline corset to the skirt pattern, okay, so that it's just one piece in front. And then I also did the same. I joined the top and the bottom for the back piece, so it's one piece as well. So this is what it looked like after I was done. And then at this point, I had joined the back piece to the front piece. I had shaped it nicely, and then I just went ahead to put in the eyelets. I love this machine, guys. It makes the corset making so much easier. You don't have to worry about this until the very end, unlike when you're using loops that you have to stop halfway and then start inserting the loops. Like, guys, anyway, so at this point I was inserting crinoline to the bottom part of the dress, because you know how crinoline makes a mermaid dress bouncy. Like, I really love that bouncy effect, and obviously this dress will not be complete without adding that crinoline to the bottom. And it made all the difference, to be honest, because with crinoline at the bottom part of your dress, it doesn't fold. It kind of just stays put. Even when you're walking, you see that the hem of the dress just, it stays. It doesn't fold, it doesn't squeeze, it just stays, and it's just very beautiful. It's bouncy, it's fluffy. I just love the look. And this is what the dress looks like on the mannequin. And at this point now, as you can see, the dress is looking very, very basic. So I went ahead to measure the mannequin so I can get the measurement for the ruffles. I used the measurement of the mannequin, although I already had the client's measurements for that off shoulder. And then I went ahead to cut out the piece of fabric I want to use for the ruffles. Now I have a tutorial that's similar to this, although it's not like exactly the same thing, but it's similar to this. I just did something slightly different for this particular ruffle I did. So I just cut a thin fabric, say about 7 inches wide, and then I cut a bigger fabric that's about, I think, 20 inches wide. I'm not sure, but I think it's about 20 inches wide. And then I gathered the 20 inches wide fabric by the ends. I gathered it at the ends, rather. I gathered it at the ends. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I gathered the fabric at the ends, at the ends. And then when I was done with that, I just simply sewed the wider fabric with the narrower fabric. I sewed the wider fabric and the narrow fabric together along the length. And then once I was done with that, I just went ahead to just use my fingers to create ruffles randomly. Okay, there was no particular defined pattern to this. I just literally used my finger, as you're seeing here, to just create ruffles, and then I pinned it at different points. Obviously, pinning it will help you see what it would look like. So I had to pin it and then see what it looked like. If I didn't like a particular the look of the ruffle when I pinned it at a particular place, all I did was just take out the pins and then try again, pin again until I got exactly what I wanted. Now, when I got what I wanted, all I did now was just go ahead and sew it down. Okay, I just tacked it at those different points where I had initially pinned. Just took out the pins and then just tacked it. I feel like this ruffling made all the difference to this dress. Now, this dress is a very classy, simple dress. I really love it. The idea is that it's a mermaid dress, a corset mermaid dress with ruffles on the shoulder, and then it has a train at the back. I'm going to show you guys the train a bit later. But after I was done tacking the ruffles, I went ahead to just insert studs. I don't know if they are called studs. I don't know what they are called, to be honest, guys. But I inserted them with this pearl setting machine. And I honestly think it made a huge difference, okay? Because it made the ruffle look a bit more detailed, okay? So, hi, Silem stars. Good morning. It's morning over here. I don't know what time it is when you be watching this video, but it's morning here. So we've made tremendous progress with the wedding dress. Yeah. So today I'm going to be attaching the ruffles. So I have a tutorial on how to make ruffles like this on my channel already. And a lot of you were asking me how I attached it to the dress. I did not show how I attached the ruffles to the dress. So let this be the answer to that question. I simply hand sewed it. Okay, so which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to hand sew this ruffle to the dress. It's You can actually use your sewing machine to just attach the ruffles to the dress. However, I prefer to use a hand needle and a thread because it's more convenient. It takes more time, it's more stressful, but at the same time, it's more convenient for me than using a sewing machine. But yeah, anyway, the plan for the dress today is to attach the ruffles, and then I'm also going to be making the train and attaching it. The train for this dress is going to be detachable. Is I had to separate the ruffles because of the way I'll be placing them. So one of it is going to be placed like this from the under bust and then all the way to the back, and then the other one is going to be placed from the same under bust all the way to the back on the other side. Okay, so as you can see here, I just used my needle and thread to just secure it. It took some time, but it's the best way to do this, guys. I don't know, I don't see myself using a sewing machine to do this. It's even more stressful trying to pass the entire dress under the footer. If it works for you, then by all means do that. But for me, this works great. It gives the best results as well because you can hide the stitching so that it doesn't show on the wrong side of the dress. Does that make sense? And then at this point, I was just cutting out the designs from the lace that I'm going to be using to embellish the sleeves of the dress. Okay, so I looked at the design of the lace, and to be honest, this is the only design of the lace that I felt would be great to embellish the sleeves with. So this is all I cut out. I just cut out all the tiny flowers all over the lace. Okay, not all over the lace though, but enough to embellish the sleeves. Yeah, so this is what it's going to look like. Can you see? So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to round out the corners. I don't want the corners to be this sharp and pointy. I'm going to try to round out the corners. Okay. And then for the waist part, obviously this is way too wide for her waist. So from this point here where my hand is to this point where my other hand is, this is too wide. Okay. So we're going to try to create some pleats, but even after creating the pleats, we're going to see that it's still going to be too wide for the waist, okay? Because this is going to be attached from here, okay, to here. We're going to have to reduce a bit of this width, okay? So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to fold this, round out the corners, and then try to see how I can reduce the width of this at the same time. Okay. So when I cut this on fold. So they're actually two pieces now. So I'm going to be sewing from the top all the way round like this, all the way to the other top. And then I'm going to turn it out from the top opening there. Now after turning out the tail, I went ahead to just pleat it so that it now matches her waist. And then I went ahead to also put in the band. The band was sewn neatly so that when it's taken off, it still looks good by itself. Can you see that? Very neat. And then I went ahead to put in hook and eye. I believe that's what it's called. I put the eye on the dress, but then I put the hook on the train. Okay, so at this point now I was putting in the eye on the dress so that the train is hooked to the dress when it's going to be attached, and then when it wants to be detached, you simply just unhook it. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the dress. So this is what the train looked like, guys, and this is the next day. Guys, at this point I was in love with the dress. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I was in love with the dress. Like, I love, guys, look at that pleat. Oh, the back of the dress is just so adorable. And then at this point I went ahead to just embellish the sleeves with the tiny flowers that I cut out, and I just used that to embellish the sleeves. I love the ruffles, guys. I don't know about you, but I love the ruffles. Like, this is just a timeless dress. It's a timeless wedding dress. It's a dress that wouldn't go out of style, because you can wear it even in the next 50 years. That's just what I'm saying. No, me, I don't know about you, but I feel like this is a very timeless dress, and I really love the finished look. And I also made the veil for the bride as well. So this is what the veil looked like, and my bride came in for a fitting. She was so excited, guys. Her mom was excited, her mom's friend was excited, everybody was excited about the outcome of this dress. Like, look at her smile. Oh god, so beautiful. Like, I really love the dress, honestly, and I'm so glad my bride loved it as well. And this is the veil. So beautiful, guys. I'm so grateful to God for these gifts that He has given to me. I'm honestly so grateful to God. I also made the, what's it called now? The little bride's dress. Yes, I made little bride's dress as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I make bespoke wedding dresses, so wherever you are in the world, reach out to me. I got you. I can make you that lovely wedding dress. So when you walk down the aisle, your hubby is going to, his jaw is going to hit the floor. Like